Hey guys, it's your girl Sofineee. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're not, you already know what it is. Let's get into this video. Alright, so as you guys can read from the title, we're going to be talking about lock counts. And I felt like this was important for me to bring up because under a lot of my videos that I post, I always get the same question about how many locks do I have. And I have no problem because I always answer and I always let people know that I have 80 locks. To be honest, the only reason why I know how many I have is because when I first started my blog journey, people would ask me how many locks do I have. I'm like, I don't even know how many locks do I have. So I sat there one day and counted them all out. So that now when people ask me, I'm able to tell them like this is how many I have. But I feel like I'm getting this question more so due to, okay, people are like, okay, if I have 80 locks and they go and get 80 locks, that their hair is gonna look like mine, and that's not necessarily the case. I started my lock. I didn't sit in the chair and told the lady I want 80 locks. I told her I wanted medium and she did her thing. Don't get me wrong, it's nice to know how many locks you have, but it becomes an issue when, like I said before, you ask how many locks I have, you go to your loctician and you tell them I want this many locks, and then once you get throughout your journey and you realize your hair doesn't look exactly like mine, you get upset. That's not me, boo. That's all you. Because to be honest, when I think about it, and after getting that question and I answer, I don't ever get a follow-up question. And the good follow-up question could be, what's your hair texture? Because hair texture and the amount definitely coincide because of your hair texture dictating how thick and how full or amount of number of locks actually look. So it's nice, like everybody has different hair texture, so it's nice to have like a nice range of how many locks you feel like would be good. But you can't go ahead and be like, okay, I want 50 locks because Sasha has 50 locks, and once my hair grows out, it's gonna look just like Sasha's. Like that comparing lock count, comparing different hairs, all of that needs to stop because it's not gonna benefit you anyway. You're gonna be very disappointed throughout your lock journey when your hair doesn't come out the way that you think it's gonna look. I'm not saying not to ask people how many locks they have, but the good follow-up question could be, what's your hair texture? What's your hair texture and how many locks do you have? Just make it all one question altogether. Because in the end, you're able to see like how many they have as well as their hair texture. Because like I said, the hair texture dictates how that number of locks actually looks. So just knowing those two will coincide and just following up and just knowing, okay, this is how this looks. It'll be a good mental picture, and you can also see how it's a visual because you see what their hair looks like then. Although I'm not telling you to go to your loctician and sit down and tell her I want 60 locks or something like that. I would say that if you are having somebody start it or you're starting yourself, just be sure to have an even number. I feel like an even number is best because when it comes to doing styles like 2-strand twists or any little cute little style, having an even number makes it a lot easier. If you don't feel like, because I personally don't like braids too much in my hair, so I would prefer the twists. But yeah, just so that when it comes to styling purposes, if you feel like you want to be doing a lot of 2-strand twists in your hair, or just the kind of style that, because that's the most common style a lot of people do, just stick with an even number. Remember one time, a quick little story time, my cousin's husband asked me to do his hair, and this was in the beginning of my lock journey, so I was only doing my own hair, and he's like, oh, you do your own hair? You can do my hair. I'm like,
I don't know about that.
But I tried, and overall, so like I'm there. He said he wants 2-strand twists. I'm like, bet, that's easy. I can do that. Started doing it, and I start from the back, and I work my way up to the front, and then I realized at the end when there's 3 right in the top. I'm like, sir, you didn't tell me how many locks you had. He was like, you never asked. I was like. So instead of the top being 2-strand twist, it was a braid. And I was like, dang, bro, you could have told me. But now I know, like, because I'm not used to doing people's hair. So I don't know, like, let me ask how many they do, how many they have, which way it twists. So in the beginning, I didn't know anything. I was just like, you know what, you asked me to do your hair, I'll do it. That's fine. So just moving forward, just always to know how many you have. Be sure that if someone asks you, that you can tell them how many you have as well. When it comes to styling, knowing like, okay, I have an even amount of hairs so that now two can break off easily without any issue. all in all, I just wanted to tell you guys not to stress comparing lock count because that's not the end all be all. I will encourage you, however, to have an even number if it is in your control to know how many that you have. But don't go with the notion of thinking, oh, if I have 100 locks, it's gonna be thicker and fuller just because you have 100 locks. It can actually be the opposite. But I want to end this video with a comment for you guys. If you can start your locks over, would you keep the same amount of locks that you have, or would you change it? So would you go up? Would you go down? Would you stay? Comment that down below. Interesting, because so many people have different mixed feelings on this. So just finding out and just seeing where people lie with their lock count. Oh, also comment down your lock count as well. So comment down your lock count. And if you could start your locks again, would you go up, down, or stay at that number? Yeah. Otherwise, it's the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Stay cute and stay fine.